Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and the latest roundup of wrestling game news, where today we have all the details on the new patch update for WWE 2K23 ahead of the new Race to NXT DLC. Then in regards to AEW Fight Forever, we have a brand new trailer showcasing some mini-games, plus we also have news surrounding what's being reported internally as concerns regarding the game's creation suite. So let's start off with AEW Fight Forever, which is now just 2 weeks away from its June 29th release date, and due to that, AEW and THQ Nordic have begun ramping up their promotion of the game, with the latest reveal seeing a brand new minigames trailer showcasing some of the minigames that you can expect to see. So that's a new trailer. It definitely gives off Mario Party vibes, with a good mix of different minigames on offer, as we've got a mixture of character-controlled minigames, trivia, and even simple games like Spot the Difference. Running through the minigames that were shown, the first of the games was the baseball minigame that was shown off during the initial reveal. We have the drop minigame, that sees you have to collect falling poker chips while avoiding bombs, a memory game where you have to remember which card was shown, a dance-off game where you have to copy the moves that are being performed, a counting game where you have to count how many of a specific item there are, we have a roster image, which I assume is a trivia minigame where you have to move the cursor to the person you think is the answer, we have what looks to be another memory game involving cards, a Spot the Difference game where I only noticed one difference, but I'm not going to mention it, so if you notice it, leave a comment below. We also have a block breaking minigame that sees you have to break the numbered blocks, with a higher number scoring more points. We have a general knowledge quiz with this particular question in regards to All Out 2020. We have a minigame that appears to resemble a game of Minesweeper, a team game that looks to be some sort of capture the flag game where you have to place items in your team's corner, a last man standing game where you have to knock your opponents off the platform, another point scoring game where you have to throw bombs into the ring and then blow up barrels to score points. We have a really weird minigame that sees players holding lucha masks where the aim seems to be to try and put it on the head of the guy in yellow, and then last we have a skateboard minigame that takes place in an arena with electrified barbed wire. So that's all the mini-games that were shown off in the trailer, with 16 shown in total, and there seems to be a good mix of games with a lot of variety in there, so let me know in the comments which of these is your favourite. Staying with AEW, yesterday seen a report from Fightful Select in regards to internal issues found during the recent playtest, with Fightful Select going on to claim that the game's creation suite has been met with criticism, with the article including the quote that it just simply isn't expansive. The article also goes on to list another concern, which is quoted as repetitive clothing in other characters involved in the story mode, and while this is disappointing, it is something that I think we'd all come to expect, as while Ukes are known for their vast creation suite in the WWE games, those features were all built upon year after year, so it's no surprise that in comparison, the AEW game will be pretty bare. Though the good news is that we could potentially see this rectified after the game's release, as if AEW do what they say and they keep adding to the game, then we could see more creation parts patched in throughout the game's life cycle to help address this. Switching over to WWE 2K23, today sees a new patch update released, as the latest patch, which is assumed to be version 1.12, is set to release later today, and ahead of the release, 2K have released a full list of changes which we can expect to see. Running through the patch notes and starting out with the general updates, we have added polish to multiple WWE Superstars, various stability improvements, and support for the upcoming Race to NXT DLC Pack, which is due to be released tomorrow. Moving on to the gameplay changes, we have a few new fixes which have been applied, the first of which is a fix for the crash that would occur when breaking the barricade, as just like in this example, breaking the barricade would cause the game to completely crash. Also fixed was certain match rules not applying when enabling 2 out of 3 falls in the win conditions, as if you enabled the 2 out of 3 falls option and then you customised some of the other settings, then those settings wouldn't actually save. Also addressed, we have reported concerns of only one title being displayed when playing a double title match, as both titles should now be shown. Switching over to the Creation Suite updates, we have improved stability throughout multiple create modes and addressed reported concerns of props in custom arenas not being saved properly. That last one is one that players on PlayStation have been waiting a while for, as adding a stage prop to an arena and then saving it would see that prop disappear when loading into a match. Should this be fixed, then this means that players on PlayStation will now be able to use all of the modded arenas from creators like MyGM, as Marty's been sharing a lot of modded arenas that use stage props to create some really unique arenas, including realistic ones like the Buried Alive match, which sees a full grave placed at the side of the stage, as well as more creative arenas that see the arena become completely unrecognisable, like the Ultimate Deletion arena, which includes both an inside and an outside modelled on the Ultimate Deletion match, or this recent Pirate Ship arena that allows you to access different levels, including resting in the middle of the ocean. Given the patch notes, if the stage props issue is fixed, then this should mean that players can now enjoy these arenas on PlayStation, where you can download them from community creations by searching for the hashtag MyGM. Getting back to the patch notes, next up we have universe improvements, though this section simply reads general compatibility and stability bug fixes, as there's no mention of any specific changes. MyFaction also doesn't list any specific fixes, as the MyFaction notes read general bug fixes, though it is expected that new models will have been added for future card packs, so I'll cover any new additions separately once they've been shared. As for MyGM, we do have one fix that's listed, as 2K have addressed reported concerns of morale and stamina of keeper stars not resetting at the end of a season. Finally, the last of the patch notes are the audio updates, where it's noted that the developers have addressed reported concerns of the NXT UK Women's Champion being announced incorrectly. Finally, let's talk the upcoming Race to NXT DLC Pack, as ahead of its release, the WWE Games Twitter account have revealed the overall ratings for NXT's Trick Williams and Ivy Nile, with Trick Williams rated 73 and Ivy Nile 74. Also released, we have a new entrance preview, as the WWE Games Twitter account have released the entrance for NXT's Wendy Chu, whose entrance comes complete with a pillow and a cup of coffee. So that's the latest roundup of wrestling game news, but stay tuned to the channel later today, as I'll be sharing all the new DLC moves, and I'll have full coverage of the DLC characters themselves coming up tomorrow. Until then though, thank you so much for watching, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.